was she when you were born?
15 going on 16.
15. So she was a young mom.
Yeah.
How old was Jay-Z at the time?
I think like 22.
If you're not the father, why you ain't just get this done and over with? You know, my mom was a dancer. She used to go to a couple concerts with our friends, and basically they went to an apartment building. You know, they relaxing children. You know,
The rapper Jay-Z has been accused in a civil lawsuit a 13-year-old girl 24 years ago. His real name is Sean Carter, and he's accused, along with Sean Diddy Combs, of and a girl at a party in New York.
So Tony Buzbee says this in a statement regarding the Jay-Z case and his efforts to silence my clients. Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed this frivolous case using a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him.
Rymir Satterthwaite, the man who's been claiming for years that Jay-Z is his father, is making waves again, and this time he's hoping to link up with attorney Tony Buzbee to file a brand new lawsuit against Jay-Z. According to Rymir, his late mom had a relationship with Jay-Z when she was below the age, and now Rymir is seeking justice on her behalf. Now, as for Tony Buzbee, he's currently involved in a nasty legal back and forth with Jay-Z. Last month, Tony approached Jay's legal team about a Jane Doe who claims that back in 2000, Jay and his friend Diddy graped her when she was just 13 at an MTV VMAs afterparty. But instead of directly denying the allegation, Jay-Z fired back accusing Tony Buzbee of extortion. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's team hit Tony with multiple lawsuits, clearly trying to shut him down for good. However, Buzbee is not backing down, and he's now accusing Jay-Z of using shady and borderline illegal methods to force his accuser to reveal her identity. But the drama doesn't end there. Jay-Z's alleged firstborn son Rymir has now joined the chat, and his accusations could spell even more trouble for Jay. And with Rymir claiming his mom wasn't a legal adult when Jay got her pregnant, people are now digging into Jay-Z's past relationships, and some questionable receipts are starting to surface. So what's the deal with Rymir and his late mom? Was the mom's age the real reason Jay-Z has been dodging the paternity test this whole time? And is it finally time to take a closer look at Jay-Z's track record, especially when we've seen similar allegations surrounding his former friends, Diddy and R. Kelly? There's a lot to unpack here, and it's starting to feel like there's a bigger conversation we need to have about power, predatory behavior, and accountability in the music industry. So let's jump right into it.
This was never about me. This is way bigger than me. I really don't care about no money and none of that. I'm still gonna be great. Still gonna live for me and my kids, but I should be able to go in court and get a fair due process without them playing with my name and everybody, Jay-Z son, and okay, if that's my dad, that's my dad. Like, if you don't want no relationship, I understand that, but don't just have us going to court and acting like you don't know what is going on.
So everyone knows Jay-Z has 3 kids with Beyonce. However, there's a 31-year-old man named Rymir Satterthwaite who's been claiming for years that Jay-Z is his dad. The wild part is that Jay-Z has refused to take a paternity test this whole time. And people are side-eyeing him because instead of just taking the test and putting the rumors to rest, he's been dropping serious cash on lawyers to fight it. And here's where it gets even messier. Rumor has it Jay-Z's been avoiding the test because Rymir's mom was allegedly just 15 or 16 when she had a brief fling with him. To give you some context, back in 2015, the National Enquirer reported that Rymir Satterthwaite had filed a paternity suit against Jay-Z Rymir with the help of his legal guardian and godmother Lily Coley, first took Jay-Z to court in December 2014, alleging that Jay had an affair with Rymir's late mother Wanda way back in the 90s. However, according to Rymir's godmother Lily, who's a paralegal, Jay-Z and his lawyer Lisa Fisher allegedly brought fraudulent and false information to court, and because of this, the case was dismissed. Back then, Rymir told the media that he wasn't chasing fame or money and said, "All this attention caught us off guard. We didn't expect someone to leak it to the press. We weren't expecting this." And while Jay-Z has managed to avoid taking a DNA test for years, Rymir hasn't stopped fighting to prove he's Jay's son. In 2018, The Sun reported that Rymir filed new court documents, claiming that Jay had been using his fame and money to dodge a paternity test for over 8 years. But here's where it gets sketchy. Rymir's request kept getting denied because the judge was apparently told that Rymir's real father had already been identified. However, The Sun Online got their hands on Rymir's birth certificate, and guess what? No father's name was listed. And then the court papers revealed another twist. Some members of Rymir's own legal team were secretly working with Jay-Z's lawyers behind the scenes, making everything even messier. In an exclusive interview with Sun Online, Rymir said he's denied the right to have a fair hearing in court because of legal mistakes and malpractice. Jay-Z is supposed to be a positive role model for our community. He stands there screaming, "Black Lives Matter." "We'll tell the truth and take responsibility," Rymir said, adding, "And if you say I'm not your son and nothing ever happened with my mom, then just take the test." Rymir told The Sun that his mom Wanda first told him that Jay-Z was his dad when he was around 8 years old. And according to Wanda, she and Jay-Z hooked up back in 1992 at Jay's aunt's apartment in the Brooklyn projects. She said they used protection, but it didn't work. And after that, she never saw Jay again or had any way to contact him. But here's where it gets complicated. At first, Wanda's live-in boyfriend Robert Graves was listed as Rymir's father on his birth certificate. However, in 2011, Graves was legally removed after a DNA test confirmed he was not the dad. By 2010, Wanda had fallen ill, and that's when Lily Coley was granted custody of Rymir. Lily also spoke to The Sun at the time and said she firmly believes Jay-Z is Rymir's biological father. According to Lily, Wanda got pregnant not long after meeting Jay-Z when she was around 15 or 16 years old. And it doesn't end there. According to Rymir's lawsuit filed in Philadelphia in 2018, Jay-Z's lawyer made Wanda sign legal papers while she was in hospital recovering from a medicated coma, which replaced Lily's name on the petition, without consent and for nefarious reasons. This led to the case being thrown out of the Philadelphia court, and Rymir's family said they never saw so much corruption or experienced so much hurt. As for Jay-Z, he's never spoken publicly about Rymir's claims, and even though reporters have reached out to his legal team countless times, they've never gotten any response. However, things took a really dark turn when Rymir and his godmother Lily Coley went on the Hip Hop News Uncensored podcast and dropped a bombshell revealing that Rymir was shot after filing charges against Jay-Z.
Rymir was shot at somewhere in September. He was in the parking lot with other people near where he's at living now, and out of all the cars there, his was the only one shot up. So we believe that was a nexus or a connection, I believe, between the case and what's going on, because it was around the time.
Lily also shared that around the time Rymir filed his lawsuit, random strangers started showing up at her door trying to intimidate her.
In addition to that, we've had people come to my home in the past, driving on the grass. We have people knocking on the door at 4 o'clock in the morning. We've been through all of it, mostly around the filing time.
Lily also went on to say that this case is about more than just Jay-Z. She's fighting to make a change and push for new laws that would stop the rich and powerful from abusing the legal system.
We want to try to make a difference with the Pro Se Act or the Legal Abuse Act, bringing new legislation and trying to sit down at the table with the lawmakers to make a difference. In addition to the fact, because, like you said before, Mr. Carter might not never do anything, and I'm sure he probably won't, but it ain't about him. This is about the system allowing things to happen that were very agreed and put our lives at stake in some regards. So I just wanted to say that's what another reason why we were still going to the criminal stuff for the second time. This time the prosecutor's office locally did get involved, but everything is slow moving and things are happening, and it's corruption going on. But at the end of the day, the law says in New Jersey that if the person who resists to take the test is presumed the father. That's what the law says. Here in New Jersey, anybody who don't want to do it and go away from doing it or prevents from doing it is presumed the father. So right now, he's presumed the father. He's not even alleged.
But just when Jay-Z thought he managed to sweep this whole thing under the rug, we're now hearing that Rymir is looking to link up with attorney Tony Buzbee to help him resolve this issue. Rymir previously took his DNA fight all the way to the New Jersey Supreme Court, but they decided not to reopen the case. But now, in light of the bombshell lawsuit by Jane Doe accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of graping her when she was 13, Rymir decided to renew his paternity battle with Jay-Z. Rymir said, "Despite my efforts, Mr. Carter has never once written a letter to me to address these claims, whether to deny or acknowledge paternity, or to address why his attorneys committed this fraud." Rymir also referenced Jay-Z's response to Tony Buzbee's lawsuit and added, "If Mr. Carter values the ideals of honor and protecting children, as he claims in his letter, he should step forward with transparency." He continues to deflect and avoid. Rymir has now also filed a new lawsuit against the New Jersey court system and several judges, accusing them of conspiring with Jay-Z for over 10 years to get cases about his paternity, inheritance, and misuse of the court system tossed out. In the court documents filed in New Jersey by Rymir and his godmother Lily Coley, they claim that Jay-Z lied in court, saying he didn't own any property in New Jersey, which made the court think they didn't have any authority over him. However, turns out they have property deeds and tax records with his name on them to prove otherwise. And while Rymir didn't name Jay-Z as a defendant in this new court filing, Jay is mentioned several times in the document, which states that 6 separate judges conspired with Party Carter, who continued to misrepresent that he did not have property in New Jersey. According to Rymir's filing, Jay-Z used his power and influence to misuse the court system, causing Rymir's previous cases to be dismissed or denied. The filing also mentions that his car was shot at by unknown individuals after he started speaking out about the injustices he faced when reporting his case to local authorities in New Jersey back in 2017. On top of that, both Rymir and his godmother Lily stated in the filing that they had unknown individuals follow them within the community and drive onto their lawn at 4 a.m. in the morning. And according to Rymir and Lily, they believe these activities were orchestrated by Jay-Z's team. Rymir and Lily are now suing the court system and the judges, and they claim the defendants blocked their constitutional rights and prevented a young man who was seeking closure of his paternity from being able to receive that peace of mind. They are asking for damages and for the case to be tried by a jury. Meanwhile, Rymir and Lily also recently sat down with Tasha K and confirmed that Rymir's mom, Wanda, was around 15 or 16, and Jay-Z was 22 when Wanda got pregnant. Rymir explained that the court first tried to dismiss the paternity suit by claiming that whoever was listed on the birth certificate must be the father. But Rymir got a DNA test with the man he was told was his dad, and the test ruled him out.
I guess, I'm not a lawyer. They try to use all type of things, res judicata and all type of things to say, hey, whoever was on his birth certificate, that was the, you know what I mean? That was the dad. And that's not how the courts work. So we did everything we had to do to, show them that that wasn't. The person I was calling my pop took the DNA test. It was straight out there. Only other name was Jay-Z. He basically just sawed it and skedaddle. They try to use all this craziness to hold the case up, and I'm like, well, damn, if this was anybody else, I'm like, all right, the first 2 years.
They would have ordered them by now. They do that. Hey, take the test. Hell, in most cases, shit, you can start drawing child support without a goddamn paternity. It makes them want to come do it.
Rymir then raised a good point, saying that if the court thought he was lying, they could have just dismissed the case for good instead of letting it drag on and waste money with repeated filings. According to Rymir, he's not after Jay-Z's money, and his case is all about due process and making sure no one gets played by the court system. Finally, Rymir said that if Jay-Z isn't his dad, he will publicly apologize.
I really ain't fully get into it, and it wasn't ever about bashing him or making him look crazy, but at this point, bro, it's like they don't even want to get this done with. If it was anything, if y'all felt like we was lying, why y'all ain't dismiss the case with prejudice? Why do y'all keep having us come in there and file and pay all this money and keep filing and filing for years? Why, if y'all didn't see anything wrong with the case, why is it not over? Why is it like y'all just keep letting somebody file it again, or do it this way, or do it in this state? And like, come on, like,
I want to know this.
That's why they say I'm chasing. It's not about chasing. It's about disrespect. Everybody should have respect in court. Everybody should get fair due process. Should nobody go in court and get played with. We men at the end of the day, there's no hard feelings against you. Don't think somebody come listen. If it's true, it's true. If it's not, you could have been got done with. But the only thing I'm asking is, I don't want no money from you. If you don't want to have that relationship, if it was true, that's just on you. I'm just showing you that I'm fighting for what I believe in is right, and I want all the kids and everyone that come behind me. If you're missing the parents, it's all about. Sometimes that's all you need to know. Your parents says you don't need nothing from them. Close the book. It just helped me, go on with my life and just be straight. It's not like I'm looking for anything, looking for you to bring me up where you at or bring me with your family and all. I still got my own family, but I just want you to be like, just think about it. Like, we could have got this, over with, and through all that, I still respect you, even though I might not like you. I respect everybody.
I was gonna say, how do you view him now?
And it's like, and when I say I don't like you, it's not even, it's just that I feel like, y'all sit at the top and y'all forgot where y'all came from. And sometimes you got to bring yourself down to the bottom. You can't sit at the top and think all these, I'm rich and all that. And if I go to court, this would affect this. And sometimes you just got to get it over with. If you believe this wasn't true, it would have been over with, And for you to let me just sit here and after all this, my mom passed away. And I'm not saying you physically, but dragging us to court and all that, not taking care of the problem. It's just, you let it happen. So it's like, you could have got this over with. If it wasn't true, we could have, I would apologize. Y'all apologize in front of the world. Hey, it could have been done, but obviously it's something you hide. And I just want you to say, man, have that respect. It's just respect, more respect. I don't hate you. I don't hate nothing you doing. I don't hate your family. I don't hate Beyonce, none of them. It's just, if it's true and if you can fix the problem, fix the problem. That's all I'm asking. Because obviously these courts is not gonna fix the problem. I don't know if you doing anything with them.
Money, shit.
I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't know if you slide somebody a check underneath or y'all whatever y'all doing, but fix the problem. Because people, I don't want people to view me as I'm crazy or I'm chasing Jay-Z, this 30-year-old man chasing. That's not what it is. Like, I love the world. I go camping. I go fishing. I love my kids. Love life, so it's like, disrespect me. I got a lot of shit going on with my brand, far as that's about to be coming up, far as this new things we trying to try. Like, you know, I'm trying to open programs. I could take the kids out, nature stuff, do different things with them. So it's not like I'm really looking to hurt nobody or
like
do
your
nothing crazy.
Has purpose.
Yeah, my life got purpose, and I just, regardless of the case getting finished or not, this could be going on for 20 years. I'm still going to live my life, and I just hope that, you know. Hope that if you watching this, man, let's get this over with. I'm not one to talk.
Now, as for that shocking lawsuit filed by Tony Buzbee on behalf of Jane Doe, who claims she was victimized by Jay-Z and Diddy at age 13, Jay's legal team is now going above and beyond to discredit Buzbee and paint him as an ambulance chaser. However, Buzbee is not backing down, and he's even accused Jay-Z of harassing his family. On Tuesday, December 10th, Buzbee shared a statement on his official X account denying Jay-Z's claims that Buzbee is trying to extort and blackmail him. No one has made any threats, Buzbee said. Jay-Z's assertions are bogus and laughable. Instead, our firm sent a standard demand letter seeking mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jay-Z SA'd her as a minor. The letter was vetted and approved by our client, whose preference was to attempt resolution short of filing a lawsuit. This approach is common in these types of cases. Buzbee went on to say that Jay-Z's response is part of a coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on Buzbee personally to avoid attention on the allegations being made by Buzbee's clients. And notice how Buzbee wrote clients, plural, meaning there could be more potential accusers coming forward. Buzbee then accused Jay-Z of harassing his family and colleagues and even offering former clients money to sue him, which is illegal. Buzbee added, when an alleged perpetrator behaves in this manner, wildly asserting that a basic demand letter is extortion, and aggressively using the media to attack the opposing lawyer, while at the same time ignoring the allegations being made by the alleged victim. It reminds me of a famous line from Shakespeare, "The lady doth protest too much, methinks." We intend to address all of these issues with the court in due course. Let me be clear, we will not be bullied or intimidated by these shenanigans, and our clients won't be silenced. Meanwhile, other attorneys and legal experts who are not involved in the case have voiced their opinions, and they're all saying Jay-Z's response is extremely bizarre, especially since he didn't even directly deny the specific allegations from the Jane Doe lawsuit. Instead, he tried to portray himself as a victim of blackmail, which is weird, because isn't blackmail only blackmail when it's true?
Yeah, I don't know what Sean Carter's doing here. It makes no sense to me. Sean Carter, i.e. Jay-Z, gets named now as the main defendant in a case out of New York by trial attorney Tony Buzbee. We're seeing Sean Carter come out now and defend himself online, putting out statements. The thing that pops up is not immediately innocence and guilt, it's how did it get this far? Carter starts attacking Tony Buzbee, saying, hey, he sent me a demand letter and he's trying to extort me. Well, newsflash, and Jay-Z's people know this, that every lawsuit starts with a demand letter. Everybody gets put on notice that they have a claim and gives them an opportunity to resolve. Now, if you believe in your innocence, that's fine. But here, what does innocence have to do with this? He has too much exposure going forward. These are heinous allegations. He even says it himself. Now you're getting tied to Sean Combs, who's, indicted and standing trial for racketeering and extortion cases, just horrific stuff, RICO violations. And now Carter's brand is being brought into this. It's being alleged that he a 13-year-old. I hear you. I understand the defenses if you're Sean Carter. Hey, 24 years ago, you have an anonymous source, an anonymous victim. It looks like it's just a shakedown by an ambulance attorney. Well, look at it on the other side. Do you really think Tony Buzbee, who's a powerhouse trial attorney out of Houston, Texas, who's taken down monster verdicts and literally just got appointed by the Attorney General to take on investment firms on behalf of Texas, moves forward on a lawsuit if it's a bluff? It just doesn't make sense to me. You got to believe that Buzbee would say, hey, look, I'm not going to allow this case to come down to a he said, she said. Buzbee knows that the anonymous victim is going to have to be disclosed. They know this anonymous victim is going to have to take depositions. So there has to be more evidence. A bluff would be, hey, I sent you a demand letter saying that we believe you caused these injuries to my client. We're asking for this much money. You say no, and nothing happens. Buzbee didn't do that. He called his bluff and he took it public. And in fact, he went as far as to say, you know what, we're amending the complaint where we had you as celebrity A that was watching, but now we have enough evidence to believe you were the one who actually committed. Now, John Carter's team will attack that and they're going to say, you didn't even know what you were doing. But my point is, this can't be a bluff. And my point is, I don't understand what Jay-Z is doing coming out in the public. He's putting out these statements that Buzbee's going to use against him. Literally, Carter is saying he represents the heinous nature, he understands it, and that it rises to the level that it's so bad because that it should be a criminal prosecution. I could think of nothing better as a trial attorney to use those words against a defendant in a deposition. Remember, you're in the civil context. Buzbee's going to be able to depose everybody. He's going to be able to get to Combs. He's going to be able to get to Carter. He's going to be able to get to witnesses. They're talking about limousine drivers. Now, yes, there may be a victim issue, but at the end of the day, everybody says, hey, this was 24 years ago. Yeah, let me know how that turned out for a Bill Cosby. At the end of the day, I don't understand why Carter's people are letting him get out there and plead this innocence. I get it from a position that you want to get out in front of the jury, you want to claim your innocence. I just think that they're messing up with the wrong tactic by trying to attack the trial lawyer, because this is not a shakedown of Vontae situation. This is a real heavyweight lawyer that knows what he's doing. And Sean Carter better be real careful.
So, as you can see, this whole situation with Rymir, Jay-Z, and the legal drama surrounding him is far from over. And with Rymir now filing a new lawsuit accusing the court system of conspiring with Jay-Z to dismiss his case, it's only going to get messier. On top of that, it's hard to ignore the disturbing pattern of Jay-Z's past when it comes to allegations involving much younger women. Whether it's Rymir's mom, Jay-Z's current wife, or this new lawsuit by Jane Doe. And Rymir is clearly determined to get answers and stand up for his rights. So it makes you wonder, how many others have had their voices silenced in similar ways? Do you think Jay-Z is hiding something? And what's your take on the whole situation with Tony Buzbee and Tia lawsuit involving an alleged 13-year-old victim? Drop all your thoughts in the comments below and don't miss out on this next video.